Welcome back to continuing coverage of round 2 at the 2022 United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. From Madison, Wisconsin, it's Grant Zellner alongside Jennifer Allen.
This is our second PDGA Major of the Year, sponsored by Innova, Gatekeeper Media,
and we're looking at the junior female 15 and under division.
Yep, we're at the back 9. These girls have shown us some great drives, strong, confident putts, the front 9. Kayla is holding her lead 1 over Therese. Hole number 10, par 5, 537 feet. Placement shot here. They're going to want to focus on just keeping that first drive in the middle of the fairway. Probably another drive out a little more to the left to approach the basket that's tucked off to the right. What a hole.
Pretty monstrous here. And looking at this downhill fast circle area around the basket to finish things off. Big challenge. And Kayla leading things off.
Yeah, I was going to say she got the great distance. We just wanted it to cut exactly where it did. That's a wonderful drive.
This is Therese, who has shown a lot of power today, and there you see it right
Yeah,
here.
that was also another great drive. Heisering a little off to the left. Going to leave her plenty of room, though. The height on that to make the corner was beautiful. This is Ava. Ava's out of Missouri. Again, they're getting a nice straight drive, cutting it in right as the fairway kind of curves off a little to the left.
Sort of opens up for them over there. Caitlyn up next.
She is following Therese's line a little bit tighter, and unfortunately that's going to hyzer off just a little bit into the rough on the left side. Dad's in there trying to show her, try to hit this hole. Punching out. That should go.
Oh, dear, the roll.
I was going to say, that's going to give her enough look. Hopefully she can still, just get a foot behind that. Perfect. You get a sheet of paper, so that was legal.
Here's Kayla now. Looks like Kayla can just see the basket there off to the right.
Yeah, she was trying to get it all the way down there, so put a little bit too much on it, turns it over. Ava likes playing these big turnover shots, and it sets up perfect for this hole. She just cut in just a little too soon. This is a long hole. It's almost a 3-shot hole.
Therese with probably the best angle here.
She really does. This is going to be a straighter approach. Unfortunately, that's hyzering just a little too much. This is a really tough green to approach. And Caitlyn gets a nice little kick this time, giving her hopefully a short putt. Kayla with a little turnover fading approach.
Really good shape there. And here's Ava. Awkward stance.
They've handled these stances great, though, and they know which foot to go in and put in. And their up shots and putts have just been on point.
Teresa,
downhill.
Down here, 45 feet or so.
Yeah, they've really been attacking these putts, and she does it again, and that can get a little scary with that much angle on the slope of the hill. Didn't go too far for her, though.
Oh, plenty of power on that bid.
Yeah, she was trying to save it. That looked good.
Kayla wanted that one.
Yeah, and depending on where all these girls are from, it's a lot of courses don't have big sloping greens. And so that's something it takes a little bit of getting used to.
Therese carding the birdie on the par 5.
Such a strong putter. Good save.
Real confident bid there to save that par.
Ava giving some love. High fives all around. Ava has the best sportsmanship out there. Great birdie as well.
Caitlyn overcoming a little bit of early adversity. And we're back to a tie at the top between Kayla and Therese. Here's hole number 11, a 208-foot par 3. Another one of these holes following a similar pattern. Open in the middle and then to a basket that is sort of tucked back into a tight area. Well, this basket is a little bit around a tight area and then back into the open. So we're getting a little bit more variety here as we venture into the back nine.
This looks like a fun course. And even though there's a lot of trees, they're giving them a good open spot to hit. If they hit that line, they're going to be rewarded. Therese looks like she does so. Ooh, a little high. She's got so much power. So much power. Hopefully she'll have a look back out at the basket because she flew right over top. I don't know if Ava saw that, and maybe hopefully that's a lot lower. That's a good angle. Perfect drive by Ava. She's trying to fight back and get in the mix of this. Give that a run back. The height, the angle, everything perfect. Good little bit of ground play, but not too much.
Not easy to count on here. This clover really thick. That was excellently done. Kayla, just a little bit of a pull there.
Yeah, and sometimes, especially after a big hole like that, and you have a shorter hole that you can try to get that birdie, get you a little excited, a little too much power. Caitlyn follows suit. Looking for a kick back out, and I'm not seeing it. Tricky foot and angle on that. Yeah, Caitlyn's tucked in there, but she gets a good out. Off the fairway on a lot of these holes, it looked thick, but there were some good gaps on most of the courses I've seen. That takes a little bit more roll than she anticipated. And then Therese is trying to come back to the basket. She, thank goodness, was stopped by a fence.
Didn't even notice that fence early on. Thick rough, and then catches that tree trying to go high to get the distance out of it. Oh, boy.
Great bed.
That looked awfully close to me. Here's Kayla.
Yeah, now she's went down the hill and having a straddle back up. That's hard to get the power. This is kind of stop and take a deep breath. These girls are good putters. There we go. Therese saves par. Big exhale there. And it's always nice to see your card mates make a putt. Kind of reassures you. You get to see that mentally. I can do this too. And so does Kayla. Unfortunately, that's for her double bogey. We'll see if she can bounce back for that.
And Ava in for the birdie.
Taking her time on that one, as she should.
So things shaking up near the top.
Good job, buddy. Give me a high five.
I can't believe it.
You're up next.
Stay turning. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ooh. Wow.
Alan, inbounds.
That's exactly.
Unbelievable.
Hole number 12, par 3, 210 feet. These girls are going to have to try to get a nice straight shot to get through these first little trees to get back out to the open. And I'm thinking that basket's tucked off to the right. It almost looked like the last hole that was in the middle.
I know, I was peeking
really,
behind that
yeah,
bush.
it really looked like the same hole, but a little bit different approach to the basket on this one.
It's like a fast area around the circle. Ava playing first.
Yeah, and this looks like a little bit of a downhill, so this should help it kind of go right over there. That looks so good. What a kick. Are we going to have back-to-back run backs? There's back-to-back parks.
Therese up next. Oh, catches that fork tree way up above in the canopy, drops straight down.
Yeah, and these girls can reach these holes. They really need to kind of just take a deep breath, slow their feet down. The feet and the hands, everything kind of get a little bit off timing, and they're kind of pulling some of these shots, trying to put power on them.
There's that fast area around the circle I mentioned, causing that disc to skip off a little bit long, and here is Kayla.
This has nice angle, little too much juice. These girls are too strong.
So Therese now looking slightly downhill from about 50 feet or so.
Those long legs, that looks like Anthony Barella. It had a sister, like a little twin sister right there. That was Avi's little twin, long legs. Caitlyn gives it a great look. And that's going to stay close.
Here's Kayla from where she just buzzed the tower and now
punches it out. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just got to be forceful with those. Don't see a hole, just throw it as hard as possible. That's my motto.
I'm not surprised.
Beautiful long putt. And it looks like our card is going to all. Don't want to do any jinxing here. We'll give Ava her routine. Oh, then we're not tapping it. This is for birdie. I almost had all tap in pars, but boom! Ava had another park job, so that's back-to-back birdies by Ava. Three in a row.
Looking at a turkey for Ava.
She is getting in the mix. This is getting exciting.
Moving on to hole 13, a 250-foot par 3 playing uphill. Notice the vast majority of this particular fairway not covered in the thick grass that we've gotten fairly used to here in Wisconsin. Lots and lots of roots and rocks and tree stumps and everything on the way up to this basket, up and to the left.
Ava lets that one go just a little bit early. And she is going to get a little bit of a kick out for maybe a look. 250 feet, but uphill, maybe playing more like 280. But these girls have some long distance on them. Everyone's kind of drifting off a little bit to the left here of the basket. That one has more turn. I'm going to give a little bit more open of a look if she can get around that big tree.
Kayla playing last, reinforcing the line that she wants to throw the disc on with that little motion before she goes into
as you can
her
tell,
run.
all of them kind of just worked a little bit over, like, oh, her line didn't work. Let me go a little bit more. They're paying attention to their card mates. They're learning. This is great.
Ava playing first. Really creative.
That looked so good. Nice, smooth release.
Therese playing through that little
and got
sort of formation
all
of
the
brush.
way.
I don't know what to call it there, but
she did have to go around that tree just a little bit, a little too much turn. I would trip on every one of those stumps.
The painting them orange won't help me. I'll still find them.
Oh, and Ava really didn't have anything. Another solid putt by Therese. I'm going to take putting lessons by this girl. I'd help her in distance, but she crushes. Awesome
Up and
birdie.
over the edge of the basket there for Kayla. Caitlyn in for a par.
Not liking the footing. And sometimes that I even will dig my foot into the dirt a little bit. It feels awkward sometimes when your foot isn't flat. And so she'd already had, a little bit of trouble on this hole. She did a great job taking her time to make sure she didn't give one more up.
So we're looking at Therese back in front by 1 over Kayla, with Ava 1 more back. Moving on to hole 14, 259 feet to par 3. Back out into the open.
Yeah, not as many protective trees. This basket's right here in this open area. Every little hole has this little shrub to
One shrub
one little
somewhere.
shrub. I wonder if the guy who mows this place gets annoyed by all these one little shrubs. But this looks like a good, fun hole, 259 feet. These girls can reach it. And it's fun to kind of air them out a little bit when you've been playing in the trees. That's going to drop off. Give her a look. $5, she goes long. No side bets? No side bets? Oh, she lets that one go a little too high. Noses up. Give her a good kick.
If that's the circle, technically she did go long.
Well, there you go. Thanks for helping me out there, buddy.
And here's Caitlyn. Yeah, $5. It's in the mail.
They're finding that little bit of trouble on the left. I'm wondering if the wind is picking up again out here. You've been in the trees. You can't feel it. You come out to an open hole, and you're not out in the open yet, but your disc is, and a lot of that seems to be pushing the girls off to the left side. They all had the patent pending down, though.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them.
Everybody stepping out.
Great jumping bid.
Really good angle on that. Really
Yeah,
good
that was perfect.
Controlling the distance.
Ava doesn't need the jump, but gives it a good push. Couldn't see it, but that got metal. Unfortunately,
I heard it,
yeah,
for
unfortunately, I
sure.
think it hit the band and gave her a pretty big kick. Hopefully she can save this. Beautiful putt.
Saving par yet again from distance.
Yeah.
It's becoming a theme. A lot of confident putters here in this group.
A little humid out here this week.
Yeah, it was.
It's actually not as humid as I was anticipating, so I'm pretty excited. But the well sacks is helping Ava keep her hands dry. Little shameless plug. You're welcome, Tina. All right, Kayla's going to tap this in. I can say this with these girls. I don't feel like I'm going to jinx them. They're such great putters. Teresa's like, this is the easiest thing I've done all day.
Still separated 1 stroke. First to second to third.
What a battle. Join, like, subscribe, give these guys some love. $3 a month. Join their Patreon account. Hole 15, par 3, 319 feet. Pretty straight looking shot, but it's going to have to take a fading shot, starting it on the left side and coming back in. Otherwise, these girls are going to get hung up on that right side of the fairway. They have been showing us great turnover drives, so hopefully they will continue with that approach toward the basket. There we go. Staying out away from the stuff on the right, getting great distance just outside the circle.
Here's Therese.
Big pull, puts a little bit too much on it. Highs her out around that tree. Power. That's what power gets you.
Mm-hmm.
You just cut through everything.
Caitlyn, a great shape on that shot. Manages to put herself to about 40, 45 feet, just a little ways outside the circle, right in line with the basket.
Ava has good angle. It's a little high. She's going to have to sneak through. Doesn't get all the way through, but she is just outside circle 1.
Caitlyn with the first bid here from about 45, 50 feet probably. Scares the basket. That's not the first time today she's done that. I know sooner or later one of those is going to drop.
So good. I'm just holding my breath, biting my nails over here. No, I'm not. Don't bite my nails. Ooh.
Kayla from about 2 paces outside the circle.
Yeah, she wanted it. Therese has a little bit more awkward of a stance. Plenty of power. These girls do not hold back. They are battling for a title. Like every one of these strokes, they are making sure that they all count.
So many of these
solid putts.
15 feet or so putts.
20, 30 foot putts.
But every one of them saving a par, which always has a different kind of pressure on it. No problem.
I wonder what they think when they watch. No, I'm just kidding.
Still separated by 1 stroke from first to second to third at the top. And we're at hole 16. 292 feet, a par 3. Through the shadows.
Tuck
and then
to the left.
Up to the left.
A lot of stuff in the way on this hole.
Yeah, just kind of waiting as the drone meanders its way. This is the path the disc is going to have to take, and then a sharp bend upward. It's almost shaped like a number 7 if you're standing at the base of the 7, all the way up and then sharply to the left.
Yeah, so we'll see if the girls do a placement shot here. Not a bad idea, just really focusing on getting the disc straight. They know that basket's way over there to the left, so you're going to have the tendency to put a little bit too much hyzer on it. So we want to focus on hitting the full fairway first. Therese does a better job at that and getting a big skip. Fortunately, this grass is pretty thick, so they may not get much ground play, but that's going to be just inside circle 2. That one, little nose up. As long as she can have a look out, that's going to be just fine.
Looks like have a little window there.
So they're taking a little distance off of the hole, trying to keep it in tight. Ava gives it a big pull. It's going through that right side and gets a nice little kick back to the short grass.
No problem.
Getting a little excited, trying to finish this out. She knows it's a tight battle. Huge spike hyzer. Oh, I love to see that.
Haven't seen that
love
shot.
it.
Haven't seen that shot very
They
much
have
today.
every shot in the bag. You think they watch footage?
Of course they do.
Do you think they watch the Ace Pro footage here?
Of course they do. Kayla looking at that little window.
Yeah, she gives a great approach. Can't really get too aggressive from where she was.
Teresa, the
Wow,
jumper
we knew
in
one of
from
them would finally fall.
outside of the circle, running this one back.
Such great commitment, height, out of her hand.
There's
she
a
knew she
smile.
had it. What a putt. Ooh, that took a little bit of a roll. Oh, that's Ava.
Ava
Yeah,
coming.
they're all hiding in the bushes all of a sudden. What happened? This didn't even look like one of the fast greens.
Awkward stance,
long
no
leg,
problem.
stretched it out, taps it in.
Little smile there, knows that she made a really good play on that awkward putt.
I don't care if that was for a bogey. That was a great putt.
Really good save there.
These girls are showing us everything.
And Kayla also, an awkward situation, saves the bogey, limits the damage. Really, really well done.
Hole 17, par 3, 236 feet. Again, where you have a little bit more of an incline up towards the basket, tucked right behind these two guardian trees into the shadows.
This hole looks like a lot of fun. I would probably just aim at those two trees.
Because you know you wouldn't hit them.
Probably. That's probably my strategy.
Therese keeps that a little too low out of her hand when you have a pretty good incline of a hill.
Yeah, it does play a little more uphill there at the end than I was originally thinking, but now that I see the discs in flight, sure.
Yeah, she's trying to get full flex there to get this 236 probably playing a little bit closer to 250, 260.
And I'm noticing the trees moving a little bit more than they have in a little while.
Yeah, over at Token, we really had some wind. I'm not sure how far away this course is, but day 2 was pretty windy. Ava has great power on that drive, trying to make it most of the way up. Looks like maybe circle 2.
Caitlyn playing first.
It's a lot of spin on that. Look at these girls snapping those putts.
Big step back for power and then through. Here's Therese.
That's going to be just fine.
No big deal.
That Ava probably had the hardest putt into that basket with that tree just on the right side of the line and trying to get a lot of power up the hill. To get the power up the hill, you usually, have to kind of have that hyzer release. So that was a very tough angle for Ava.
Caitlyn saves her par.
She was frustrated on the last one. Couldn't shake it.
Therese saving her par.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Ava really been battling back into this with Therese and Kayla. Getting a little bit more of a spread here.
All of a sudden, we've got 3 stroke gaps. First to second to third. And we are to the final hole of this second round. Par 3, 259 feet. Thick rough to the left, thick rough to the right, and downhill.
We've had so many uphill. I was wondering if we were ever going to get back down to the parking lot.
Thinking the same thing
Basket's
myself.
just a little bit more to the right side, bringing in that right side trees along the fairway. Showing good sportsmanship. Is it an ice cream truck? Do you think that distracts them?
A lot of distractions.
Nothing distracting like an ice cream truck. Jeez Louise. That was mean.
Therese pin high, but off to the left.
Nothing says get this round over with like an ice cream truck.
Caitlyn not quite as far into the rough.
Yeah, nose angle was up, which I think kind of helped her. Kept her from going a little too far. They've been playing so many uphill. It's a little bit adapting to going back downhill. You want to keep that angle of the disc more along with the angle of the ground.
Kayla using all of the fairway, getting a little kick out there. She looks like she's at about circle's edge short.
Ava's keeping it out a little flatter, and hopefully that stays, slides just outside to circle 2.
Therese with the most difficult look here.
Up and over for the tap in to close the round. That was a good bid.
Yep, another go for it.
Mm-hmm. These girls are not scared of trying to get these putts in the basket. A little bit of a downhill putt. Oh, so close. And unfortunately, the tops of these baskets will give a little bit more of a spring. Awesome comeback putt.
Once
uphill.
again. Yep.
Uphill. That was great putt.
Once again, 15 to 20 feet. Saving that par.
She's back out almost to circle's edge.
Just off the chains on the pro side.
And it really doesn't matter what the round, how good it went. It's just hard to finish out that way with a missed putt. You could make 17 other putts, but man, something about just having to tap in that 4 to finish the round that just kind of deflates the heart. But these girls have done an incredible job out here today.
So Therese wrapping things up by getting back to even par for the championship.
Yeah, 2 down for the round. What a round.
And here's a quick look at the overall leaderboard in the junior 15 and under division. Therese, Kayla, and Ava there. Caitlyn retaining her spot on the lead card.
Yeah, anything could happen.
Make sure you're following the PDGA on YouTube and all other social channels for continuing coverage of the 2022 PDGA US Women's Disc Golf Championships.
Like and subscribe, Ace One Pro.